Orlando Pirates are set to lose one of their most promising young talents, as SABC Sport can reveal that defender Mbekazeli Mbakazi has agreed a blockbuster move to Major League Soccer side Chicago Fire. The 20-year-old sensation arrived in the United States this week to put the finishing touches on what promises to be one of the most significant transfers from South African football to the MLS in recent memory. The deal, which has been in the works for several months, is reportedly worth in the region of 51 million rand, a substantial fee that reflects not only Mbakazi's immense potential, but also the growing reputation of South African talent in the global football market. The young defender was spotted at OR Tambo International Airport earlier this week, attempting to maintain a low profile as he departed for America, though eagle-eyed supporters quickly caught wind of his movements, sparking immediate speculation about his future. For Orlando Pirates fans, this news comes as both a disappointment and a source of pride. Disappointment because they are losing a player who has quickly become an integral part of the first-team setup, but pride because once again their academy and development system has produced a player good enough to attract serious interest from overseas clubs. Mbakazi's journey from the youth ranks to becoming a sought-after prospect on the international stage is a testament to both his own dedication and the quality of coaching and facilities at Pirates. The interest in Mbakazi has been building steadily over the past year, ever since former head coach Jose Rivero made the bold decision to hand the teenager his first team debut last season. It was a gamble that paid off spectacularly. Rather than being overwhelmed by the occasion or the pressure of performing for one of South Africa's biggest clubs, Mbakazi embraced the challenge with a maturity that belied his tender years. His performances quickly went from promising cameos to assured displays that marked him out as a genuine talent. What made Mbakazi's rise even more impressive was the speed with which he adapted to the demands of top-level football. The transition from youth football to senior competition is littered with casualties, talented youngsters who struggle to make the step up. But Mbakazi looked comfortable from the outset. His reading of the game, his composure on the ball, and his ability to defend one-on-one situations caught the attention not just of local observers, but of scouts from clubs around the world. Chicago Fire have emerged victorious in what became a competitive race for his signature. Multiple clubs were reportedly tracking the young defender's progress, but the American outfit moved decisively to secure his services ahead of the January transfer window. The MLS has increasingly become an attractive destination for South African players, offering competitive football, excellent facilities, and the opportunity to showcase their talents in one of the world's fastest-growing leagues. However, Pirates fans will still get to see Mbakazi in action for a little while longer. The defender is expected to remain with the club for their remaining domestic fixtures before making the switch to America. Most significantly, he is set to feature in the Carling Knockout Final against Marumo Gallants on the 6th of December at the Peter Mokaba Stadium. It promises to be an emotional occasion, potentially marking his final appearance for the club where he made his name. Beyond his club commitments, Mbakazi's immediate future also includes what could be a significant milestone in his international career. The young defender is widely tipped to receive his first call-up to the Bafana Bafana squad for the Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco next month. Coach Hugo Broos has been keeping a close eye on emerging talent within the South African game, and Mbakazi's consistent performances for Pirates have made him impossible to ignore. If selected, the tournament would provide the perfect stage for Mbakazi to announce himself on the continental scene before heading to the MLS. A strong showing at the Africa Cup of Nations would not only boost his confidence ahead of his move to Chicago, but would also validate the faith that both Pirates and the Fire have shown in his abilities. The timing of the tournament works perfectly for all parties involved, allowing Mbakazi to represent his country before embarking on his American adventure. The transfer represents another significant piece of business for Orlando Pirates, who continue to demonstrate their ability to develop and sell talent for substantial fees. Earlier this year, the club completed a major outgoing transfer when winger Mohamed Kota joined Saudi Arabian side Al Ettifaq in July for a reported 40 million rand. These sales not only bring in crucial revenue, but also enhance the club's reputation as a breeding ground for top-quality players. For South African football more broadly, Mbakazi's move is part of a growing trend of young talent heading to Major League Soccer. He joins a pipeline of South African players who have recently made the switch to America, including Olwethu Makanya at Philadelphia Union, Bongo Kule Hlongwane at Minnesota United, and Yabulo Blom, who previously represented St. Louis City. This exodus speaks to both the quality of players being produced in South Africa and the increasing willingness of MLS clubs to look beyond the traditional markets of Central and South America for talent. The MLS has transformed considerably over the past decade, evolving from a retirement league for aging stars to a competitive environment that attracts young, hungry players looking to develop their careers. The standard of coaching has improved, the facilities are world-class, and the level of competition continues to rise with each passing season. For a player of Mbakazi's age and ambition, it represents an ideal next step in his career, offering the chance to test himself in a different environment while still being young enough to potentially earn a move to Europe in the future if he continues to develop. Chicago Fire, for their part, are getting a player with enormous potential. At just 20 years old, Mbakazi has already demonstrated the qualities needed to succeed at the highest level. His defensive awareness, his ability to play out from the back, and his physical attributes make him well suited to the demands of the MLS. The American League places a premium on athleticism and technical ability, characteristics that Mbakazi possesses in abundance. As the January transfer window approaches, Orlando Pirates will need to plan for life without one of their brightest young stars. The club's recruitment team will undoubtedly already be working on identifying potential replacements, though finding someone with Mbakazi's blend of youth and experience will be no easy task. The silver lining for Pirates is that the substantial transfer fee will provide them with resources to strengthen other areas of the squad as they continue to compete on multiple fronts domestically and in continental competition. For now, though, the focus remains on making the most of Mbakazi's final weeks at the club. The Carling Knockout Final represents a chance for silverware and the perfect send-off for a player who has given the club excellent service despite his short time in the first team. Whatever happens in that match and beyond, Mbekazeli Mbakazi has already secured his place in Orlando Pirates history as another success story from their academy, and South African football fans will be watching with interest as he begins the next chapter of his career in Major League Soccer.